Good day, everyone. Jolene here from Chill Lifestyle. So I am going to do our September readings, but I'm doing a bit of the astrology part of what you expect. And if you're not interested, you can just scroll past, even though I would suggest you listen because there's things that you may want to know. Now, often we might think, I read my horoscopes and they never resonate. And that's because there's so much more to astrology than your birth sign, okay? There's an ascending sign, there's a Venus sign, there's your moon sign. All of those affect you in some way or form. And sometimes you have huge placements in certain planets and a lot more other signs that you don't realize. And sometimes it's the house that the sign is in. And I no longer do readings without doing your astrology chart because the future is really, well, it depends on you. You create the future, it does not exist. 10% of your life is actually predestined. The rest is up to you. So you might be going, well, then why am I not rich or with my soulmate, and why am I always battling to find good love and blah, blah, blah. Well, your astrology chart will probably tell me more, and because you have a block. Okay. So the interesting part is that, so here's a good example, and I've spoken about this before on my channel, is that Pluto, the god of the underworld, has been in Capricorn since 2008. And so if you're a cardinal sign, Capricorn is cardinal. So anyone who's a Capricorn or who has heavy Capricorn in their chart would have been affected the most. And even those who are, as well as Libra, Aries, and Cancer. Those three have all really been affected quite strongly since 2008. In fact, 2008 is when I had my spiritual awakening. And this is when I started to realize that my long belief systems all of a sudden changed. I started to realize and question more and more as to, well, why I became that why child and everything. That doesn't make sense, but why? And so I delved deep into religion, different religions. Where do we get our information from? And in the last couple of years, it's been even more interesting because I started to go more and started to follow people who, as far as I'm concerned, had proper PhDs in religious science, as well as humetics, which is the interpretation and how people get their information. And it's been very interesting. And I highly suggest you do so, because believing things just because that's what you were told, you'll actually start to realize it's not the brightest thing to do. So you've got to ask and you've got to question things and you need to figure it out. Now, a lot of the biblical truths, Old Testament, actually comes from or is borrowed, and biblical scholars will tell you this, not just me. Again, go Google it. It's borrowed from. So like, for example, Greek mythologies, Akkadian and Sumerian text. Okay, that's where we get the flood myths and all these things. They're all myths, and that's where we actually get the myths from. Okay, it's where it's taken from. Okay, you go read any of their myths, you'll actually see that it all is interlinked. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the same gods from all myths and beliefs are actually the same. Anyway, the reason why we're talking about this is because, again, one of the myths, one of the religious beliefs was in the word hell. My question was, well, where did that come from? It came from the Greek mythology. So in the first Hebrew text, the first edition Hebrew Bible that was ever written, hell never exists. Wasn't even in there. The only word that exists was the word Sheol, which meant death. Okay, so we all die. Everyone dies. Same place, same things. And humans were not happy. There needed to be some form of eternal punishment for people who were not so good. And so they needed to come up with something. And so I kind of think the first thing they came up with was Hades. Now, Hades was the Greek god, and he was the god of the underworld, the god of darkness. And where did he come from? Well, he was also known as Pluto. And the interesting thing is Pluto is the darkness, because it's the planet, it's the furthest away from the sun. In fact, it's so small and takes such a long time. We now consider it a dwarf planet, okay? And Hades, being the god of the underworld, became the original starting of the words hell, okay? And yet, the interesting part is that Hades is actually the god that decides whether you were good or bad. In fact, Egyptians believed that the scale of justice, which is also the tarot card, was the scale of how good is your heart compared to, so is your good outweighing your bad and vice versa? And that's when the judgment came in. But this planet, Pluto, has been in Capricorn, and Capricorn is also very materialistic. Capricorn he's the sage, he's the builder, he's the banker, he is the investor, the powers that be of the world. And so Pluto, underworld, along with Capricorn, we've got a whole lot of not so nice shadowy stuff that have been coming up. In fact, Capricorn in tarot is represented by the devil card, also man-made thing. More information, you need to go dig into that, but it's really about your belief systems. You either live in darkness or you live in light. Every decision you make has a consequence as to whether it's in the light or whether it's in the dark, And so heavy cardinal signs have been dealing with a lot of karmic lessons because they had to learn, more of the light and less of the dark. So now that's changing. But in September, so this year it's kind of been in Aquarius. So we're getting a bit of an inkling. That's why everything's falling apart. And it's not falling apart. It's actually falling in alignment. Okay? Because the age of Aquarius is humanitarian. Aquarius is they're a catalyst. Aquarians are a catalyst for change. They want us, they want happiness, and they fixed. So fixed signs, you're about to have massive changes happen from about November 19th, okay, in your life. And if you go against it, you're going to battle for another 20 years. So I highly suggest you learn your lessons now. So fixed signs are Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus. Okay, so if you've got those in your chart, you're about to go through a catalyst now. Okay, so in September, back to September, yes, we're tying up loose ends. Banking systems are coming and crashing. Things that are not in alignment with the humanitarians of the world. It's no longer me investing in my business and I want power and I want money and I want power, money. You're going to be asked, what does actually money mean for you? Are you validating yourself through money? Are you in a career more for validation? Because I want people to be proud of me and I hate my job. I actually hate what I do. It's not in alignment. My gut instinct is I hate being a lawyer because I am representing evil people and I'm fighting for things, but deep down in my heart, I really want to help the underdog. I really want to help, not the underdog, the other people. I want to be more humanitarian. So you're going to be asked in September to really have a look. Your relationships, are you dating people that look good on picture? Well, they're good looking, so they make me feel good. But really, they don't, because they never treat me well. Everyone's had them. Everyone's been with them. Everyone can have them because they you're not one in a million, you're one of a million. Am I dating someone because they have good status, because they look, again, good on picture, but you are left feeling more sad and more depressed? So money validation, how you feel about yourselves, and also a lot of awakening, spiritual awakening. That's why I'm telling you about my spiritual awakening, because for a lot of you, you're going to start having these questions of, I don't know where my belief systems come from. I don't believe in the government anymore. I don't trust the church anymore. I don't trust the police anymore. Where do I even turn to? And you might start digging into your own spiritual beliefs, trying to understand that. Okay, so there's just a lot going on in September, and this will explain to you why you're going through what you're going through. Okay, so now we'll get into all the readings. Don't forget to check out also your moon, your rising, your Venus signs. They are all going to be affecting you in some way or form, and you can do a free astrological chart online. So let's get into it. Hello, Capricorn. Right, so we're going to get into your reading. Don't forget to check out your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs. And let's see if this resonates for you. Because this is a general read, guys. Remember, if you need a one-on-one, you need to book on my... Well, you need to email me on my channel, and then I'll try to see when I've got a space available. Okay, right, wow. Judgment, leadership, abbreviation, and inventiveness. So Capricorn, this month, again, if you listen to the intro, you'll know that if you've been battling, if you're very heavy Capricorn, and you've got it in all areas of your chart, or you have Libra, Cancer, or Aries also very heavily placed in your chart, you probably have had tough times since about 2008. Okay, karmic cycles, relationships not working out, battling financially, ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs since 2008. Then this is definitely going to be for you. I kind of feel like this is a bit of a judgment day, or maybe you have, whatever you've been doing, you're feeling very judged right now, like the eye is on you, people are gossiping about you, there's some negativity surrounding you. Maybe you have a wound of judgment. You know, my book is in the link down at the bottom if you wanted to read it. But there's definitely a lot of judgment, or you may be facing or feel very judged this month. Spirit guides are saying you just need to carry on going up the ladder. Okay, you know, it's very unfortunately it's lonely at the top, as they say, but that's okay. Okay, the peace dove is here, reminding you that there are better times to come. Okay, the light is helping you, so go within the light, go up the ladder. You are a leader. Okay, so whatever other people tell you, and you know, Capricorns are the leaders, so whatever other people tell you, don't worry, you just follow your own inner light this month. Deprivation, so you may be feeling maybe a bit low with your finances, or you feel like you've been left out, and you're not. Again, there's just loose ends being tied up right now. This is the final situation. You should be feeling better around October, November, by the end of this year. Okay, inventiveness says, you know, God gives you lemons, make lemonade, you know. So whatever's going on in your current circumstances, there is a creative way to get out of this situation. So I just want to take little bit of love. Again, if you're not interested in love, just listen to the words. Everything is just general, so you got to take what resonates for you. Okay, so love, this is for my Capricorns. What's going on in love? Ooh, codependencies. Yeah, you're codependent to someone. You have addictions. So this is anything in your life where you are addicted. I need other people's validation. I post things all over social media because I want people to tell me how good I am looking. That's a codependency. I buy cars because it validates who I am. That's a codependency. I buy makeup, or I have to look a certain way. So you spend money on your looks and it's all for validation. Okay. I date people that look good. They are good looking. They are rich. They have a good, you know, thing. I needed the validation from outside people. Okay, so there's some kind of addictions that are affecting your romantic life or affecting your life, and it's time to have a look at those. Okay, this is the loose ends. This is the month you don't want to be going. You want to be doing what's best for you and not what's best for everyone else. And again, if people are judging you, then you need to have a look and say, is this my truth? Because if it's your truth, that's not a judgment that you need to be worried about. But if this isn't your truth and you are be doing things for yourself, then you just have to have a look at that. Okay, things in your life are ascending to a higher level. So your commitments, for some of you, again, you could be engaged, or you could be getting proposed to, or this is in your own spiritual life, in your work life. There's some kind of ascending. We did see the ladder. So you are taken to a higher place, a place where there is more peace in your life. So any kind of lack of commitment, career, as I said, it doesn't have to be love. This can also be done, but you need to love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So again, you know, if you don't love yourself, how do you expect other people to love you? So what happens is you don't love yourself, so you become codependent to other things to love you, you know, needing validation, needing other things to make yourself feel good or look good. But really and truly, you should be loving yourself and not needing these outside stuff. Okay, so we're going to get into the actual reading now, and then we're going to see what's going on. So for Capricorn, what is the main theme for Capricorn for the month of September? We are in September. God, all of a sudden my brain just went to the wow, this is crazy, because this came up for Virgo. Okay, so the King of Earth, and it's funny because both you and Virgo are both, you know, Earth signs. That this represents you. So the King of Earth in that position, which is exactly the same position, and I did shuffle the cards. You saw me shuffling the cards. It's just saying it's time for you to step up again, time for you to take lead, time for you to decide where you want to be in your life and how you want to be. Because if you are sitting there down at the bottom and feeling low and not having anything, and financially being and feeling low, this is time for you to become more structured, more developed in your life. Where in my life do I need to become more structured? Where in my life do I need to push myself more? How do I become more stable within myself? How do I become less dependable on other people? Are you financially able to look after yourself? Are you able to give yourself better in your career or stability? If not, what can you do? There may be some kind of creativity that can help you, but let's see as we go further into the cards. What's blocking Capricorn? So now we'll do a nice good shuffle. So now Star and the Queen of Air. Okay, so healing, truth, inner truth, Earth, Star. Okay, so I'm just going to do a nice good shuffle so we don't have any signs coming up from the past. Okay, so what is blocking a Capricorn? Wow, okay, so what's blocking? So your ships are there. So what it's saying is that they are, so it could be you need to relocate, and if you relocate, so maybe you need to look in different areas. The ship is telling me that there could be, maybe you're dealing with third-party situations, so you need to be aware that someone is in your way, okay? The Three of Fire is really about your ships arriving to take you to your final destination. But this ship is somehow, in some way, a block. So it could be third factors involved that are in the way, or you are in the wrong town or the wrong place, so there's some kind of move, a physical move or job move, in order for you to actually see where you need to go. So you need to see it from a higher perspective, a higher ground. And I kind of feel like, again, you need to love yourself enough to make the right decisions that are best for you and not for other people. And you need to make lemons out of lemonade, and you will find the answers to that. Okay, so let's see, what else do we have? Why is that here? Why is this here? The Page of Air. Okay, so this is also the way you communicate, or looking on the World Wide Web. The Page of Air is someone who is learning better communication styles. So maybe you need to look at different areas on the internet. Maybe you need to look at different areas. There could also be, for some of you, again, Page of Air can also be someone, a gossip. So be careful of the gossip, okay? So maybe through gossip you hear things and that's stopping you from moving forward, or there could be gossip that interferes with your stability. Or there could be someone who may be watching you. Now, this is not a creepy way of watching, but it could be social media. Someone's watching your social media and they could be making judgments about you on your social media. So just be aware of what's out there, because again, if you're looking for a job and you are posting certain pictures or whatever, you might be someone who may want to headhunt you. Be very aware as to what is out there on the web, okay? You might also have to learn new communication styles. So if you're trying to do your CV, maybe get an outside person to come in and look at your CV and go, am I communicating what I stand for, okay? Because the King of Pentacles, he knows what he stands for, okay? He's already stable. He's already done it. He's perfected the stability. He is the king of his castle. He owns the castle. He owns the perfect home. He has the perfect family. He is already in his he's financially stable. Okay, so he doesn't really need to work on that part of himself, because he has obtained the stability that he wanted. So if you want to do that, you maybe perhaps need to look at different ways of communicating, or the World Wide Web, or relocation. Okay. So what is the past? What is Capricorn getting rid of now? What is time for you to leave behind, or what is the time for you to get rid of? Oh no, too many. Wow, too many. Okay, I can't read all those. That's like half the deck here. Okay. That star card keeps coming up, so it's obviously wants to be shown in something. So there's something you still need to heal from. Some kind of healing still needs to take place. Something that, so, okay, 10 of Pentacles. So your stability, something that you needing to, what I'm getting here is your stability relies on, so there could be closing off some kind of inheritance. Maybe there's some kind of family, someone's passed, and there's some kind of inheritance that's going to be affecting your stability, and that needs to close off, that money or that inheritance, that needs to close off. For others, it's something about your family. Maybe your family stability. Is your family stability affecting you? Is there people within, or is there belief systems from your family that you need to really have a look at? Do you have people in your family that are woe is me? Are you woe is me? Do you expect everyone to come rushing in to save you? Do you have a savior complex? Look, again, I'm not being ugly. I'm throwing it all out there for you to think about on your own, because if you don't change, that, it's not going to come in. So you kind of need to be honest with yourself here, okay? But there's something about the family beliefs. Maybe you come from a family who were poor, and so now, well, how am I supposed to become wealthy if they were poor? Because So you have to kind of believe in your own self first, okay? Now, under the Three of Rods, we've got your current situation, and that is, again, taking the high ground. Now, you could be defending yourself against, again, some kind of judgment or some kind of gossip. People are gossiping about you. People are judging you. People are saying things behind your back. You just need to take the higher road, okay? I know that, people are like, ugh, I don't like taking that higher road. Again, you're in this for yourself. You're not really in this to please other people. 1111's just come up. That could be quite relevant for you. You're not in this to please other people, okay? You are in this for yourself at the end of the day. Who cares what other people think? If you look within your own self and you know your truth, it doesn't matter what other people think, okay? Just at least be honest with yourself is all that spirit guides are saying. So take the higher ground, ride it out. Don't worry about what these people say. You just focus upon your own stability and where you want to go, okay? Again, there could be needing to defend yourself against other people before you can hop on that ship, okay? It's right in alignment with the ship. So it's telling me something you need to do. Take the higher road, gallop on that horse, stand into your truth. Because in the near future, we have the moon, which means things are going to be illuminated. The moon is illumination. It's using your own intuition to help guide you through the situation. Again, deciding, things secrets may be revealed. So you might hear some kind of secrets revealed I'm really getting an outsider. So someone that's not involved, or in your relationship, there may be secrets revealed. There could be situations about, I don't know, it could be gossip or something you're hearing. So, it doesn't have to be cheating. So don't jump to the cheating side. But it could be like in your relationships, finding out that your mother-in-law or your husband or your wife's mother or father or friends or something is gossiping about you, okay? It could be that. Or it could be, other people, your friends or even your family members are gossiping about you. Some kind of secret's going to be revealed is what I'm getting, okay? Where's your power this month? Where's your power lie this month? Where does your power lie this month? 5 of Air. Well, again, it's more of, I'm not going to allow other people's fights, other people's drama, and other people attacking me affect me. I am going to, I'm going to try and work in this in the best way possible. So you're going to come to any kind of attacks or any kind of judgments or any kind of fight. You're going to decide for yourself, am I going to believe what they're saying, or am I going to rather step into my own self, step back, pull back from the crowd, and work things out on my own? You need to work out your next steps, and maybe you need to take yourself away from others, away from the gossip, away from the internet, and work it out on your own, okay? You need to figure out where you belong, and take off that mask, a lot more doves, okay? So there's definitely a sign of peace. The more you find that peace within, the quicker your life moves forward, okay? So don't get involved. Try to see things from other people's perspectives. It's about being, I'm going to see things from your perspective, even if I don't take everything, or if I believe, I'll decide that on my own, but I am going to try to see things from your perspective. Okay, so your fear is because your fear is heartache here. So you fear that there's some kind of decision that you need to make. And this decision could also, as I said, it could mean saying, well, I either decide to stay in this relationship, even though there are outside factors that just do not allow me to move forward. And so the decision I have to make is that it's going to lead to pain. 444, good sign for you. If you're seeing 444, you know that this reading is definitely for you. So some kind of pain is coming in, okay? Through this drama, through this fighting, you're always having to stand your ground. Maybe it's time to take myself out of this situation. Maybe it's time for me to leave this job. Maybe it's time for me to leave this relationship. Something where you actually have to, and that might mean that you're going to become poor, or what am I going to do? Well, make lemons out of lemonade. God's there. He's helping you. She's helping you. Whatever. The divine is helping you. And you've got it within you, Capricorn, to make this. You can do this, okay? Because you are a leader. The outcome, which is quite positive, it's a 6 of Air. And look, now the ship is moving. Okay, that's the good news. So your ship is arriving. Okay, in the beginning of the month, your ship is there. It's docking. Okay, you may not see it yet because it's not in sight, because you've got all these other things you got to deal with. Okay, you got to deal with the financial side. You got to deal with this drama. You got to deal with fighting. You got to deal with having to defend yourself, having to take the higher ground. Learning to love yourself. These codependencies. The good news is, at the end of the month, and really it's only the end of the month depending on you. The longer you take to deal with this stuff, the longer the ship is going to just sit there docked. It's in sight. You either can see it or you can't see it, and it's because you got to deal with all of this first. Okay, this is it's your last month of struggle, Capricorn, so it's up to you. Are you going to extend this over the next couple of years, or are you going to make the decisions in the month of September to move forward, to get rid of anything that's not in alignment with you, to take the higher ground, to take the high road, and to leave the gossip, and to leave the judging horrible people in your life, because your ship is now docked. It's ready. But now it's ready for the movement. Your ship is collecting you. Are you ready? Are your bags packed? Is it time? Okay? Because the ship is now there. In the 6 of air, this ship is sailing. You can see the winds, the sails are up. It's another day with birds. So seeing a lot of birds, white birds especially, is a sign from Spirit for you. 444 and loads of birds is a sign that Spirit is bringing your ship. It is arriving. It might only be in around November, okay, at the end of the year, because Capricorn is still around. Back in Pluto, you have to tie up these loose ends, Capricorn. And so you might only get it around your birthday, is what I'm getting here. That the ship arrives. But are you ready? Are your bags packed? Are you ready to take this new boat? Are you ready to hop on? Okay. Let me just do some clarifications. I want to clarify this 5 of air for you, because what is this 5 of air? Why is it here? Why is this where their power lies? What are you trying to tell us with their power? Got double 3, so 333. Okay. It lies within you, because your power, again, is within your truth. You have to cut out anything that's not in alignment. You have to cut out these people that stab you in the back. Look at that. You may have to hit rock bottom, Capricorn, in order, but remember, from the bottom you then get the ladder. The ladder then arrives. From the bottom the ladder arrives and you start to ascend. Okay, and your end result is peace. And your ship, this ship is ready. It's about to take you to a destination. We've got the 8 of rods, which is communication coming and receiving communication so that you can move, communication coming so that you can walk away, communication that your ship has arrived. It's all coming. You feel very entrapped though, so you have to get yourself out of an entrapment. You have to go within. You need to get rid of this fight, this drama, these people, and this can even be your own mind playing games on you. You Capricorn, you are almost in the planet of darkness here. Capricorn ruled by Saturn, but it's also very get yourself all wound up in your heads. Oh gosh, my dog, sorry, I do apologize, my dog barking in the background. But yeah, you need to work this out, Capricorn, because your ship's about to arrive. Are you ready to get on? Face your truth, do your work, heal yourself, make your lemonade out of lemons. Your ship's arriving. Thank you, Capricorn. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll chat to you soon. Goodbye.